Gaurav Ji, namaskar.
Kavitaj, namaskar. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I'm in now, so I think we're all set.
Okay, fantastic.
Gaurav Ji, is the public link live?
It is live. Basically, it goes to our website, and as we speak, as I speak, and I'm going to speak a little slowly because as I speak, I'm about to make the changes. And yes, it is live.
Okay,
Yeah,
let me check.
it's looking good. Yeah. Namaste, Niti Ji. How are you?
Namaste, Kailash Ji. All good. Thank you.
Wonderful. Congratulations, first of all, and thank you in advance for hanging in there, anchor. You've been a great anchor. You've done a wonderful job. I'm so happy. Now we have Pravina Ji in India. We have Saurabh Ji, Binay Ji. So yeah, India late, but we appreciate your participation and your joining today. Okay.
Thank you, Kailash.
Thank you. Namaste. Namaste. Wonderful. So how is the weather? Getting hot in Delhi?
Yes, still it is hot. Very sultry, actually.
I see.
Around 30 degrees centigrade.
Okay. So here we have our fair share of really very hot weather some days, and so yeah. I'm just going to log out for a couple of minutes. Be right back.
Wonderful. So I'm going to begin. I'll do the opening prayers now so that we are able to get going. So please sit comfortably in any posture. Sitting with the back straight.
This is for the insiders.
This is for the insiders, yes. Back, neck and head in a straight line. Close your eyes and relax the expression on the face. Relax your shoulders. Relax your belly. As you breathe into the belly and let the belly expand. As you exhale, simply let go. The back, neck, and head are in a straight line. The expression on the face is relaxed. The shoulders are relaxed. The belly is free to move. As you exhale, let go of all thoughts, all concerns. As you exhale, just let everything go and relax, settling into today's session. Bring your palms together in Namaskar Mudra at the heart center. We're going to chant Om 3 times and then the opening prayer, Sahana Bhavatu. Exhale completely. Take a deep breath. Inhale. 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 Inhale and chant. Sahana
Bhavatu Sahanavunaktu Sahaviyam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvichavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Bend forward in a deep sense of surrender. Come back up, breathing in. Rub your palms together to generate some heat. Gently cup your eyeballs to transfer that heat. And then blinking, open your eyes and pull your palms back. Like an open book. Namaskar. I welcome you on this auspicious day of Krishna Janmashtami and the auspicious day of the graduation of our third cohort. And with that, we're going to play a pre-graduation reel to help everyone get settled into today's session, and then Niti ji will take over from that point on.
I do want to welcome Professor Kamal over there. Gaurav Ji, he is
Professor Kamal,
arrived.
good morning.
Wonderful. Yes.
Welcome to you.
Ainashi, pencil down. Gaurav ji, don't hear anything. No, it stopped.
Do this again.
Slideshow.
Okay, now it's good. It's good now.
Okay.
You were able to hear?
Yes. Yeah, voice
You
was
were,
okay.
right?
Everything was okay.
That might have been a Lata ji thing. Sorry about that. I will resume.
Could hear it very clearly.
Yeah, we heard it very good.
Okay, sorry.
Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Sorry, sharing the wrong window.
Yes, I think you're not sharing the.
Gaurav, can you hear me?
Yes.
Let's get started.
Yeah.
Namaskar, ladies and gentlemen. I extend a very warm welcome to all from Team HCI or our HCI Sangha of Karma Yogis. We are very excited to welcome you to today's graduation celebration of Hindu Community Institute's third batch of Counselor of Hindu Tradition, CHT scholars, and we thank you for taking time to spend your Sunday morning with us. My name is Neeti Suta, and I'm a graduating CHT scholar and a Karma Yogi in the making from the 2021 batch. I would like to start by sharing a quote from Mahatma Gandhi. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. As we all know, HCI provides a strong platform for universal community service founded on the Hindu tradition and wisdom. It is one of its first of its kind service learning institutions that provides new and innovative community services and is an all-inclusive volunteer organization supported by the community. The founding principle of HCI is by the community, for the community. This year's graduation celebration is very special because we treaded through a global pandemic with much uncertainty, but with the steady support of our classmates, family, friends, faculty, and faculty associates. Today, therefore, marks a small but significant milestone in the beautiful Learn to Serve journey in our lives. And what better way than to have this wonderful occasion graced by the presence of today's distinguished guests, Dr. David Frawley, a renowned Vedic and yogic scholar, and US Congressman Mr. Ro Khanna, a dynamic thought leader in Washington. We'll be hearing from them both. You will hear from HCI faculty and board members, and from a class representative, and also meet the graduates when they receive their certificates. We will also recognize 2 Karma Yoga honorees for their outstanding selfless contribution to spiritual care and spirituality. You'll get a sample of the musical talent of the class as well. For those new to HCI, I would like to summarize the CHT course as a 24 Sunday online course over 9 months with participants from various locations. As you will hear more, HCI is about community service and learning to serve. Since March 2020, to support the community during the pandemic, HCI has run 6 free daily yoga classes with the help of 50+ trained volunteer instructors. This program has been a blessing for so many in this COVID era, and it simply would not have been possible without the Karma Yogis of HCI. Now we're ready to begin today's program. I'd like to request everyone who's not speaking to be on mute. And for the CHT 2021 scholars, if you could rename your name and add CHT 2021 in parentheses next to your name so we know who you are here for everyone to see, that would be great. I would now like to invite Manu Swamiji, a fellow scholar. She's worked hard to help put the entertainment segment together for us. She'll be hosting the entertainment part of the program today. Manuji.
Namaste. I'm honored to present Kavitaj Parval, our fellow graduating CHT scholar. Kavitaj Parval is a well-known name in Indian devotional music and New Age spirituality. She's planning to translate her experience to spiritual education for children living outside of India to help them connect with their Indian heritage. With 20 years of experience in Indian devotional music, having won various awards for her bhajans, having judged various devotional music shows, she's aiming to bring to the Indian diaspora the wisdom of Hindu tradition and Sanatana philosophy through music, TV shows, and interactive apps. Kavitaji.
नमस्कार एवरीवन, माय नेम इज़ कविता पौडवाल. आई एम अ प्लेबैक सिंगर फ्रॉम इंडिया. लेकिन आज मैं यहाँ पर आप ही की तरह HCI की सदस्य हूँ. आई एम अ फेलो ग्रेजुएटिंग स्कॉलर एंड आई एम ऑनर्ड टू हैव बीन गिवन दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी टू परफॉर्म इन फ्रंट ऑफ ऑल ऑफ यू ऑन दिस वंडरफुल डे. वी हैव हैड अ ग्रेट जर्नी टुगेदर. आशा करती हूँ कि इसी तरह HCI के साथ हम आगे सेवा करते रहें. कुछ भजन मैं आपके लिए प्रस्तुत करने जा रही हूँ. आई होप यू ऑल विल लाइक देम एंड प्लीज फील फ्री टू सिंग अलोंग. थैंक यू.
कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, तुम मेरा के जैसे बढ़ाते नहीं. अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम, राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभं. कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, मीरा में जैसे बुलाते नहीं, अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम, राम नारायण जानकी वल्लभम, कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं, वीर शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं, अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम, राम नारायण जानकी वल्लभम, कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं, माँ यशोदा सिलोरी सुलाते नहीं, माँ यशोदा सिलोरी सुलाते नहीं, अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम, राम नारायण जानकी वल्लभम, कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं, गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं, अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम, राम नारायण जानकी वल्लभम, अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम, राम नारायण जानकी वल्लभम,
Thank you, Kavitaji, for the beautiful rendition of the bhajan. It is my pleasure now to invite Dr. Kailash Joshi ji. Kailash ji is the co-founder and president of HCI and one of the key forces behind this vision and mission of universal community service founded on Hindu tradition and wisdom. His passion truly motivates us all to learn and serve the community. Kailash ji.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you, Niti ji. and thank you for giving this lovely day a great start in the morning. Welcome all. A very special welcome for today's graduates who've put up with us for the whole year during the pandemic and went beyond the call of duty, even start these new programs for yoga and meditation for the community. I'm very proud. I also extend a very warm welcome to our special guests today, Dr. David G. Frawley, renowned Vedic scholar and teacher, Honorable Rokhanna, dynamic congressman from Silicon Valley, Professor Rita Sharma, a pioneer in Hindu and Dharmic studies at GTU, Reverend Anil Mulares, a global leader in spiritual care and head of the Directorate of Global Spiritual Directors, and Professor Kamal Abu Said, the head of the very innovative new program and a co-founder actually of the chaplaincy program, of which HCI has also become a part. I'm so happy to welcome you. We're all going to hear from you later on. And ladies and gentlemen, I too will come back later and give you a kind of a closeout speech. Right now, I have to do an introduction. We are celebrating today three things, actually. We're graduating our third course of the counselors of Hindu tradition. We are also, I think, in advance celebrating our fourth course, which is going to be a bigger size and also be representative of at least 5 or 6 diaspora country scholars coming in. So we're going to have a lot more learning to do and hopefully create a global network of karma yogis who can do community service around the globe on a very high standard and protocols to follow. So we are very happy with that. And more significantly, I'm very happy to announce that we are now a pre-chaplaincy course. Our course has been recognized by GTU, the most eminent theological institution in the world at Berkeley, where our graduates can enter the chaplaincy program. And for the first time, you will see Hindu chaplains at the hospitals, at schools, in the military, at prisons, wherever the human beings need guidance and support. In the Hindu tradition, in the diaspora, that's something very new. And we're very proud to be celebrating that as well. HCI was formed in 2018. We now have a group of about 200 volunteers. That is about 60 faculty and faculty associates, people who do the teaching, world-class expertise in all fields that you must have seen in the slides. We have 50 plus yoga and wellness instructors who also participate in our programs and contribute. And we have dial-in services that are coming up. The people attend to people's requests on call and give them guidance on Hindu tradition and quality of life matters. So we have a huge coverage. All the volunteers combined in the last 3 years, we believe, have put in something like 25 to 30,000 hours. And we count our value in what we call them Om dollars, equivalent value of the professional services rendered to an institution. And that value comes out to be about $1.5 to $2 million. So that's something not small, it's very big. And we call that those Om dollars. And they will all go into individual ledgers. So I'm carrying my own Om dollar account that stay with me forever, beyond. And I think that's something that can sit right next to your regular dollar accounts. So it's a very good balance. So I think if I look at a list of our contributors, on the very top is one name that comes up. And I'm very proud and happy to introduce him. And that is Gaurav Ji Kastogi. He's our dean. He's our resident faculty member in the Hindu tradition subjects. He's a board member. He's a CTO. And he is everything else, the go-to person for the 200 people. I'm not exaggerating. He's extraordinary, and his contributions are remarkable. He is a IT executive in his other life. He is a renowned speaker and writer on Hindu matters and Bhagavad Gita. He's also very popular in the Bay Area among the interfaith community for speaking on various aspects of spirituality and human kindness and compassion. And so I think without any further ado, I want to introduce to you the most valuable player, MVP for another year of HCI, and a Karma Yogi Supreme, Gaurav Kastogi.
Thank you, Kailash ji, for your insights. I would now request Manuji to kick off the next entertainment segment.
No, well, that's after I talk. So let me give a brief address.
I think we have a slight change there. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Kailash ji, for the very kind introduction. And I join you, Kailash ji, in welcoming our distinguished guests, our speakers, our friends that are supporting us online, the CHTs, and all the faculty that have supported us all through this journey, and most of all to the graduating scholars of this batch. Namaskar and welcome to today's session, and congratulations to you. I begin by, I'd like to thank all the resident faculty, Kailash ji, Mukund ji, Mangala ji, Puneet ji, who have participated and run this course very successfully. I'd like to also thank all the faculty associates and officers. There are 12 people I'd like to call out: Anil Didi, Savita Garg, Manju Gupta ji, Ashish Khan ji, Anup Kumar ji, Shubha Krishna ji, Usha Narsimhan ji, Pandit Neil Prasad ji, Meenakshi Rai ji, Sabita Rajshekhar ji, Raju Raisam ji, Neelam Sethi ji, Saurabh Srivastav ji, and Ganapati Swami ji. I'd like to thank you very much for your ceaseless toil through this year in bringing the course together and making it really successful. I'd like to also thank the 60 almost faculty that have taught this course and have taught this course continuously for the last 3 years. I would also like to make a special mention of more than 50 yoga teachers who have taught more than 3,000 free yoga classes as part of our community for immunity. You came together to help with the pandemic, and since then we have delivered so many classes every day, bringing a sense of community to all of us around the world. So I'd like to thank you very much. Now to today's topic. We are proud of our Hindu tradition, which has carefully been developed and articulated over thousands of years and hundreds of generations. But how come we don't see it at work where it matters? At schools, at hospitals, the military, and so many places where our tradition can help improve lives in all circumstances. How is it that we have been notably absent in the public sphere on this service front? It's this question that led to the founding of the Counselor of Hindu Tradition course. This was in year 0 of our founding, and we started to think about how to make the tradition available to future generations. Over the years, we've realized that our mission is simply let us put the Hindu tradition to work. Let us put the Hindu tradition to work in serving the society. This mission gets clearer to us every day, every year. And every year we progress in the direction we originally intended, but like the lamp that guides us along the journey in a long, dark journey, every step becomes clearer as we become closer to it. In year 0, we started to think about how to make the tradition available to future generations. And we decided that the best way was to use it or lose it, which is to say that instead of thinking about our tradition as something that must be preserved, just as a museum piece might be, how do we actually put the tradition to use in improving our lives? So we looked carefully at the full spectrum of lives that we lead here in the modern world. And we identified places where the tradition might be helpful. Then we decided that we must create an extended family of sorts as counselors of Hindu tradition to make this tradition available to everyone. And that became the Counselor of Hindu Tradition course. In year 1, we came to the realization that our mission really is about karma yoga, the yoga of action. And we started to think of ourselves as a service learning school for karma yoga, which is unique because There are so many Hindu and yogic schools that teach Jnana Yoga, the yoga of wisdom, or Bhakti Yoga, the yoga of devotion. But there are not many, in fact, we can't think of any specific school that does teach Karma Yoga, which is a pity, because how else do you put the tradition to work other than the yoga of action, work itself? So we created this unique program. We also realized in that year that there is a tremendous latent capacity to serve. Just the way we are born with legs and have the capability to walk, but we must be taught to walk. It's the same with our ability to serve others. So this capacity to serve became our mission then. And so Karma Yoga for what? We focused on spiritual care and have built deep pockets of expertise. In year 2, thanks to Naraz Bhattji and Mukundji, we built out our curriculum in a very detailed and methodical manner and really created a very robust formal curriculum from scratch for spiritual care. And we also started to build out institutional relationships, including those with our partners, NACA, with GTU, who I will talk about later today as well as organizations of renown internationally, like Dev Samskriti Vishwavidyalaya, which is part of the Gayatri Parivar, and so on. This was year 2. Year 3, this year, we really thought deeply about one conversation we had at the end of year 1. You see, when we met GTU in year 1, Graduate Theological Union, in year 1, the president at the time told us about the continuum of care. And he asked us to think about that. Continuum of care as in volunteers serving the community, and later some of those volunteers becoming professionals and serving the community. And so this year, we really started to work on building a pathway to chaplaincy, built on Hindu learning. And later today, I'll be announcing, along with Dr. Kamal Abu Shamse from GTU, our pathway to chaplaincy. It is ready, and we're here. Now, what next? This year, year 4, we are building out our global vision for spiritual care in the community. We have great partnerships, and I'll come back later to talk to you about this. We are global, and we have been developing a framework for spiritual care that we will be expanding on this year. So we get better the more we serve. To sum up, I'd like to tell you that dreams take doing. It's not enough to dream. It is not required to stop dreaming to start doing. You have to do both. We haven't stopped dreaming about how to put the Hindu tradition to work, but we will not stop doing. Thank you very much for everything you do to support us. And with this, I turn it back to you, Nitaji, onward to the program.
Thank you, Gaurav Ji, for sharing your thoughts, for your creativity always, and for really being the spirit of HCI. Thank you. I request Manuji to please kick off our next entertainment segment.
Thank you, Nitiji. So we have a special treat for you from our fellow CHT scholars who will be singing Nirvana Shatakam. Nirvana Shatakam was composed by the Revered 8th century philosopher monk Adi Shankaracharya Ji. When he was asked who he was, he replied in Nirvana Shatakam. It comprises 6 verses. The first 5 verses dissolve all human identifications. The 6th and the final verse affirms the Atma devoid of identifications. So also like to thank Shutitra Ji and her son for editing our video for this. So here they are.
वायुः न दधातु न वा पञ्चकोशः न वा पाणिपादौ न चोपस्थपायु चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ न मे वै मदो नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं
न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञ अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं
न मृत्यो न शङ्का न मे चाति वेदा पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धु न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्य चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो विभुत्वाच्च सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां न च सङ्गतं नैव मुक्तिर्न मे यः चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
Thank you very much, Manuji, and to all the scholars who presented this wonderful compilation. Now, I'd like to introduce our honored speaker and our chief guest for today. When you think about putting the Hindu tradition to work, it's very important to be able to understand and articulate the tradition with passion and with clarity. And who better than Dr. David Frawley, our guest of honor today. Pandit Vamadeva Shastri, as he is known, is a recipient of the prestigious Padma Bhushan Award, which is India's third highest civilian award granted by the government of India in 2015. He is a Vedic scholar, a wonderful teacher, and a very strong votary for the wonderful Hindu tradition in the modern world. So with that, Panditji, namaskar, and welcome to today's session. I'd like to invite you to please talk to us and address the graduating class.
Namaste, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I'm very happy to be with you on this very important event for your graduation, and also the very important event of Krishna Janmashtami. I want to thank Gaurav Ji Kastogi and also Kailash Joshi and the entire staff involved in this wonderful project. I had a short discussion with them a few weeks ago, and they introduced me into the extraordinary work that you do. And I was quite amazed and almost overwhelmed by the scope of what you have thought and what you have already done. And I'm happy to note the first Hindu chaplaincy course, I think probably in the world, or at least outside of India. And the concept of karma yoga is the basis of all yoga. It's the basis of all life. Life is action, which is yoga, and which should be karma as service, and which should also be selfless. At the same time, I like to define karma yoga as the pursuit of excellence, such as we have in the Gayatri mantra, doing our best for the benefit of all, as well as for our own self-realization. Now, Hindu Dharma is the third largest religion in the world. It is the oldest, most continuous. It has the largest literature. It has the most gurus, the most teachings, the most practices, the most ways to the divine or self-realization, the most monks and sadhus. It is a massive, profound tradition, and it is a tradition that takes us to the highest consciousness and to the highest awareness of the entire being and consciousness of the universe itself. And that makes it of extraordinary relevance to all humanity. It also makes it hard to understand. It is also an individual and sampradaya-based tradition. So it is not something that is so easy to organize or to hold in a single vision. And here I want to thank the Hindu Community Institute for exactly doing that, holding to the essence, the depths, the heights of this profound tradition, and also discovering and creating, outlining, and practically teaching a way to bring this knowledge to everyone, to make it an integral part of life, and to show how it can help solve our basic human problems and all the challenges of human life, which, as we know, are always many. Human life is a difficult birth. Our world is in challenging times. New vision, new insights are required. As I also like to say, new rishis we need to develop, new great yogis and gurus. And we need to bring that inspiration into the younger generation. And we also need to project that inspiration to all societies, all countries globally. I have traveled and taught the Hindu Dharma and related teachings, yoga, Vedanta, Ayurveda, so forth, all over the world, from as far as Russia and UAE, throughout Europe, South America. And we find a resonance with the Hindu Dharma in people everywhere, particularly if it is explained and taught at a personal level and made relevant to their lives and kind of deconstructed from just something being very esoteric and distant to the very essence of life and consciousness as daily life, daily awareness. So that relevance is out there. It is also entered into science, cutting edge of medicine, psychology. And we need a way to make that part of relating to people in the community. So I believe that this Hindu Community Institute has created a viable model, not only for the American society, but also for India, and actually for all over the world. And as it grows over time, I see it expanding, developing, growing, and transforming the lives of many, and hopefully eventually of everyone. There are so many tools in Hindu Dharma, all the aspects of yoga, from yamas and niyamas to asana, pranayama, mantra, meditation, all the various teachings of Ayurveda, which extends to psychology, as well as all aspects of wellness and healing. Philosophy of Vedanta, the ultimate cosmology and understanding of self and universe. I always tell Hindus that we should all learn and teach to our children the basics of Vedanta as a philosophy and yoga as the practice, even before they go to school, so they are grounded in their own tradition to begin with. But putting this teaching into a practical model, like this Hindu chaplaincy, is an extraordinary work. And I see it has taken fruit in a mere 3 years. And it has inspired so many. It has good teachers. And I want to thank the graduates for their persistence on all these levels through this difficult COVID pandemic and the reduction of education and communication and connection that has gone on. And I want to say that it is going to be, your work is going to be even more relevant in the post-COVID era, because we need a deeper vision of humanity. We need higher dharmic values rather than mere political infighting. We need a vision of humanity connected to nature, ecology, and the universe as a whole, and a vision of the future that integrates human life with the cosmic life, with the whole of nature, and integrates all forms of science with also the inner traditions like yoga, meditation, Vedanta. So I believe you have a foundation not only for helping people at a practical level, but for inspiring society, for making a new model of learning based upon the old Vedic model, and for really bringing this Hindu Renaissance to the world as a whole. The Hindu voice is needed. It's not given enough, but that is often the fault of Hindus. And your whole practical tools of teaching and helping others is going to make a crucial difference in bringing that forth, and also uniting Hindu society beyond the bounds of sampradayas, divisions, and so forth. So thank you again for inviting me, and I send you my best wishes. I hope that I can be of help in some way, and may your inspiration grow, and may you reach the supreme heights that I know you can, and will raise all of humanity. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Thank you, David Ji, for your insights and thoughts. You really have this amazing ability to get your message across so simply. We're really honored by your presence. Thank you. Next, we have our fellow CHT scholar, Narayanan Ji. We request him to share his perspective on this celebratory occasion as a class representative for the third batch of CHT scholars. Narayanan Ji.
Namaskarams. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on where you are right now. Special guests, leadership team, volunteers, alumni, and fellow participants. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of 2021 Counselor of Hindu Tradition Training Program. It has been a very nice experience listening to some of the domain experts, faculty members, and people with different personal beliefs. All of us have the greatest regard and appreciation for the dedication and the time put in by all volunteers and the leadership team. Let's give them a big round of applause. And we, the participants, came into the program with a different educational background, professional and personal life experience. Some of us tried to share our viewpoints at times. Attending from different geographic locations and the pandemic, Zoom with minimal personal interaction was the only possible option, limiting our in-person casual conversations. We made the best use of technology from the comfort of our homes. Hopefully next year will be totally different. The charter of the Institute to provide community-oriented services covering various samskaras or phases of life is very much needed and timely. While we strive to maintain our identities, all of us will realize that the community has changed a lot even back home. Irrespective of where we were born or where we live, when we look back, for most of us, transition to the footsteps of spirituality happened via participation in the rituals during our younger age. I pray, I chant, not understanding the deep meaning. I have not read the original texts. I do not know Sanskrit. But that did not make me walk away from my heritage. I listened to talks by different people, even if they had political agendas hidden or otherwise. I agree with some, and I don't agree with others. I am exposed to a small fraction of Tamil literature from 2500 plus years ago through the Bhakti movement before the 15th century, which started in the southern part of India and migrated upward. Based on that limited knowledge, if I place my ignorance on one pan of the scale and my understanding on the other, I know which pan will touch the ground. I recall one of the sayings by Avvaiyar, a female poet from the 12th century. She expressed beautifully in 5 words. Kattrathu kaimannalavu, kalladadu ulagalavu. Closest translation, what we know is as much as a fistful of sand, and what we do not know is available outside of it. The operative word is available. It is up to us to seek. And I'm sure for most of us, and most of us learned about something new that is outside of our fist through this training program. There will be more opportunities to enrich the vision and mission as HCI grows and as we engage with the diverse viewpoints even within the Indian community and understand their evolving needs. So keeping humanity as the fulcrum will help us strive harmoniously towards learning to serve others, using our version of spirituality, using respective cultural traditions, kalachar, religious traditions, madachar, denominational traditions, kulachar, and family tradition, kutumbachar. When blended with our own personal experience, we can strive for a better place now and as we learn to serve those in need anytime, anywhere. Towards that goal, I'm sure we will realize how HCI's efforts to build and expand this relevant institution into an accredited program will become a go-to place for our personal needs as well as when we serve as individual counselors or as a member of HCI or other related organizations. On behalf of the class of 2021, I not only appreciate but applaud the efforts from my heart and wish all of us the very best and the Institute a grand success. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Narayananji. That was very rousing and inspiring. Now I'd like to move on to the oath of service, as well as individual acceptances by all the CHT scholars, all the scholars. Let me introduce you to the oath of service first, and then we will. I will stop sharing, and we will all stand up and take the oath. All the people that are here, the oath of service. I'll let you read this for a few moments. You see, while we are Hindu counselors of Hindu tradition, the scope of our service is universal, as is the Hindu tradition. We are not here to serve just people who nominally belong to our religious tradition, but indeed, how do we bring the gifts of our tradition to everyone in the society, regardless of ethnic origin, religious affiliation, or social standing? This is very important to our tradition, and this is essential as a counselor of Hindu tradition. Now, with that, I'm going to ask all the scholars to please turn on your videos and stand up. We're going to raise our right hand and take the oath. Please stand up and just raise your right hand, and you will repeat after me. I will say a few words, you can repeat after me, and we will finish the entire oath out. All right, please stand. Right hand up. This is the CHT Oath of Service. It was created by the board in 2018. We'll begin. Please repeat after me. As a counselor of Hindu tradition,
the counselor of Hindu tradition,
I will serve anyone who seeks my help.
I will serve anyone who seeks my help.
Regardless of their ethnic origin,
regardless of their ethnic origin,
religious affiliation, or social standing. I will serve to the best of my ability.
I will serve to the best of my ability.
With compassion and humility.
With compassion and humility.
I will abstain from any behavior that could cause harm.
And abstain from any behavior that could cause harm.
And exercise care to maintain strict confidentiality.
And exercise care
to maintain
strict confidentiality.
And respect for all concerned.
And respect for all concerned.
May bring your hand up. Thank you. Now, I'd like to invite scholars sequentially, and I'd like to invite you to say a few words of acceptance. We're going to begin with Padmajaji. Padmajaji, please come online, and I'll let everybody else just read her bio and her beautiful photo of acceptance. Padmajaji, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Namaste. Okay, my pranams to Kailashji, Gauravji, Mangalaji, Punitji, Mukundji, and all our chief guests, faculty specialists and associates, and the fellow graduates. I'm really honored to be part of this great journey. We had a wonderful gurus, experts in various subject matters and throughout this course. And HCI planted this beautiful seed for all of us to enjoy the fruits. We learned many aspects of counseling and Hindu tradition. It was an eye-opening journey for me, and very thankful for HCI for this opportunity. I hope to apply the knowledge learned to my Karma Yoga journey. Thank you so much, HCI board.
Thank you, Padmajaji. Next, I'd like to invite Naresh Gautamji. Nareshji, if you're here, I'll let people read your bio for a brief moment, and then I'll invite you to come and speak, please.
Sure.
Nareshji?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you, Gaurav Ji, and thank you, HCI, for giving me opportunity. So today I'm traveling, so I don't have, a shawl with me and the certificate to show, but yeah. Yeah, actually I'm doing it from my RV. I was like camping with family. Yeah, so that's the beauty of this this year, the session, like, you can do it from anywhere or Zoom. So one thing, like, I really want to highlight and appreciate Hindu Community Institute for giving me opportunity to get enrolled in this course and complete this course, and a lot of learning from this one. One of the important aspect I want to highlight is, like, I'm from Gayatri Parivar, and we have a concept of upasanas, sadhana and aradhana. So upasana is more up, and sadhana, that's something you can do by yourself, and you have to like affiliate yourself to do that one. But you need some sort of opportunity to do aradhana. Aradhana is more of like a social service or community service. So HCI is giving us opportunity to do that one. Although to do that one, you really need to focus on other two aspects of upasana and sadhana. Upasana is more of like doing more tapa in the sense, like, you need to not exactly like doing some sort of chanting or mantra, but you need to do anything you are doing, like you are into some software field, or you may be into some research field. You do a lot of stuff to make sure, like, you deliver whatever is required to deliver. And then sadhana is more of organizing yourself to do that all things. So once you do this one, you really have to take these all learnings and contribute towards society. And HCI is giving us that opportunity to Hindu chaplaincy course to serve the community in different aspects. Although we are evolving, but a lot of different service aspects we have, defined so far, and still we are going to have, more services coming up. So I'm very thankful to HCI and entire HCI team for giving me that opportunity to serve to the community, and that's going to fulfill my dream of Aradhana. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, Nareshji. I'd like to invite Praveena-ji. Praveena-ji is a very accomplished banker in India, and I'm going to put her profile up for a brief moment. Praveena-ji, please.
Namaskar to everyone, and thanks Kailashji to give me this opportunity to do this course. In fact, today my son is also attending this, and he said this is a rare opportunity. You know, I'm in a small group where you see you're attending your mom's graduation. So thanks a lot. The faculty was excellent. Gaurav Ji, you were too good. Mukundji was excellent. And we learned so many different things and with a different perspective. So there was a great learning for me. So I wouldn't like to say too much, but in Kabir Ji ke dohe mein, Kabir Ji ne kaha hai, Guru Govind do khade, kaake lage pao, balihari Guru aapne, Govind diyo bataye. So you all have shown us the path, and it is our job to do better. So thank you very much. And thank you all of us and my fellow graduating participants. Congratulations to all of you also. Thank you.
Thank you. My humble request before Gaurav Ji kicks back, in the interest of time, my request would be to keep the thank yous brief. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Neeta Ji. Anita Ji is not here live, but she's been a wonderful CHT. So I'm going to just put up her profile. I'll move on to Nandkishore Ji. Nandkishore Ji, if you're here, Nandkishore Ji is also helping us with this coming year's recruitment efforts, and he's been a wonderful resource. Nandkishore Ji, if you want to say a few words.
Okay, namaste. I think, namaste, everybody, and thank you, everybody. The HCI is doing a wonderful job by instituting this program, CHT, which has taught the missing elements of our education system to us. And it is continuing to teaching and improving, growing. So it is a very important aspect of life that we have learned during the program, which was missing in our professional career. So this has enhanced my ability to provide more karma yoga and be of service to the community. With this, I end my talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to Suchitra Ji, if you could say a couple of words.
I would just like to say a very sincere thank you to everybody and wishing all the scholars all the best. Thank you. Thank you, Gaurav Ji.
Suchitra Ji, also to your son Karna for helping us put this program together. Next, I'd like to invite Anupama Ji to come say a few words. Anupama Ji, please, I invite you.
Thank you, Gaurav Ji. I would like to extend my heartfelt thank you to all our learned faculty members, visiting faculty, and faculty associates for sharing their knowledge and wisdom with us. Past 9 months have been a great period of immense learning and growth for me, and I'm looking forward to serving our community now as part of our HCI family. Thank you.
Thank you, Anupama Ji. You already heard from Narayanan Ji. Narayanan Ji has been a wonderful scholar. I'd like to now invite Uttara Ji. Uttara Ji has also been a yoga teacher at the Community for Immunity. Thank you for your work there too. Uttara Ji.
Thank you, Gaurav Ji. I would like to thank everybody in the HCI family for such an amazing journey that I had at the last 9 months have been amazing. It's a great learning experience for me and really looking forward to doing more as a part of HCI. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Uttara Ji. Akila Ji. Akila Ji, thanks also for being a teacher.
Namaste everyone. Thank you respected Kailash Ji, Gaurav Ji and all the teachers for showing this path to implement karma yoga in our day-to-day life and help the community. The past 9 months, it was a wonderful learning experience for me. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you, Akila Ji. Next, I'd like to invite Binay Ji. Binay Pandey Ji is also a retired banker in India. Binay Ji, please. Binay Ji, you might have to unmute yourself. All right, moving right along. I'd like to invite Pooja Ji to come with her brief acceptance.
Namaste, everyone. I sincerely thank my teachers for giving me the opportunity to be part of this beautiful Sangha full of learned and knowledgeable people. It truly is the gift of a lifetime. I hope the bonds that we have created will grow with time and stay with us forever. Thank you so much once again for making me a better person. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Poojaji, for keeping it brief also. All right, moving to Dr. Patwardhan. Dr. Patwardhan, please, if you're here, please speak up.
Namaste, everybody, and thank you, everybody. Wonderful opportunity, life-changing experience, and I would really continue to learn and actually serve the community. I've been helping my patients the best I can. I hope to do so with your guidance to the rest of the community. Thank you again. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Dr. Parvardhan. Now, you already heard from Kavitaji. Kavitaji can't make it to the graduation, but she sends her regards now. All right, Sandhyaji, I'd like to request you to come up and speak up.
Such learned, dedicated, and selfless teachers. I am spellbound by the immaculate planning and vision of the organizers of HCI. Salute them all. Learning to Serve course is amazing. Hope and pray that the learned knowledge would help me achieve my goal of serving the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandhyaji. Next is Dr. Rukmani. Rukuji is, I think, not on video today, as far as I know. So we will look at her profile and move on to the next scholar, which is Priyaji. Priyaji, congratulations, and I invite you to please come and speak up. Priyaji, you might have to unmute yourself. All right. We will move to Nitiji, who you've already heard from. Nitiji, would you please now speak as a graduating scholar and say a few words?
I'm really honored to now be part of this HCI Sangha, and I can't wait to start this serving phase of my life. So thank you.
Thank you, Nitiji. Next, I'd like to invite Manuji. Manuji, if you're here, I would like to request
Namaste. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Truly blessed to be part of HCI Sangha. Looking forward to serving the community. Thank you again.
Thank you, Manuji. Next, I'd like to invite Aparnaji. Aparna Uparaji, if you're here.
Namaste, everyone. My wholehearted thanks to the faculty members for the opportunity they have given it to me, and I also appreciate what they do for the society, and I'm glad I'm part of it, and I also thank all my fellow scholars. Thank you.
Thank you, Aparnaji. And sorry, I'd like to invite now, I'd like to invite Lalitaji to speak up. Lalitaji, if you're here, please unmute yourself and speak up.
Namaste, all of you. And I would like to thank the faculty for the knowledge that I have gained. And also congratulations to my fellow scholars for all their accomplishment. And thank you all who have helped me through this journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Nitiji. With that, we come to, thank you, Lalitaji. With that, we come to the end of all the scholar speeches. I turn it back to you, Nitiji.
Thank you, Gaurav Ji. It was lovely to see all the beautiful and proud graduating faces. Congratulations to all. We'll now enjoy some of our video testimonials and we'll play the video for you.
Greetings. My name is Ganapati Swami. I'm the registrar at HCI. HCI started as a Bay Area community service organization in 2018. Since then, it has gained prominence and is now being looked up to by the Indian diaspora around the world. When HCI graduated its first batch, all the scholars came from California. Since then, our enrollment has expanded to other states as well as a few from India. In the next batch, we expect to enroll scholars from other countries such as Australia, United Kingdom, and South Africa. Also in the fall, HCA is proud to offer qualified scholars a graduate program in chaplaincy. I'd like to think there's a lot of progress in few short years. If community service is your calling and you're wondering how to get started, I would urge you to check out HCI. Thank you and congratulations to scholars that are graduating today.
Namaste. I'm Isan Katir, the Hindu American Foundation California Advocacy Director. We worked with and partnered with the Hindu Community Institute since its inception, so we're so happy to see its success, fulfilling a great need for the diaspora community, that of counselors and chaplains as resources for the important samskaras in life that we all face. We wish Kailash Joshi and Gaurav Ji Kastogi, the entire team, continued success, and we congratulate you, the graduates, for staying the course. In the years ahead, we hope and expect that you will further uplift all that you serve. Om.
Namaste. My name is Mangala Kumar. I'm a board member and resident faculty at HCI. I joined HCI in 2018 after I heard about the Counselor of Hindu Tradition program HCI has undertaken. This program is very unique, and I would say only one of its kind and the first of its kind in the United States. What attracted me to HCI is that HCI is determined to train volunteers to serve the community at homes, in hospitals, correctional institutions, and schools, and so on, using guidance based on the Bhagavad Gita. You know, living life means navigating all the things life throws at us, the joys, the sorrows, the challenges, the issues, and so on. And there are times when we all need a friend to talk to, just an empathetic heart, a listening ear, a compassionate presence, or an extended family, just so that we can share what we are going through in life. And HCI's CHTs will be that empathetic heart. They will be that listening ear, the compassionate presence, and an extended family member that the community can go to. My responsibility at HCI involves teaching a few CHT classes, as well as the creation and maintenance of resources such as the Field Operations Manual and volunteer training. I cannot think of a better way to practice Karma Yoga. It is so gratifying to me, and I hope everybody can experience the same joy I experience with my association with HCI. Namaste.
Good morning and my sincere pranams from Deo Sanskrit Vishwavidyalaya, Shanti Kunj Haridwar, which is the headquarter of All World Gayatri Parivar, which has more than 150 million members and more than 5,000 centers worldwide. And our organization have had a beautiful and most fruitful collaboration with HCI. So I take this opportunity to convey our heartfelt gratitude to the HCI and all the graduates for successfully completing this wonderful course. My pranams, best wishes, Mangal Kamnae from Haridwar, Himalayas.
Namaste. I'm delighted to represent Sukham and all my colleagues to honor this year's graduates of HCI CHT program. Our hearty congratulations to all graduating scholars. You are now lifelong ambassadors of HCI. I hope you will leverage your freshly minted certification in continued service to the community. The CHT oath to serve anyone regardless of their ethnic origin, religious affiliation, or social standing exemplifies Sukham's motto in our mission to inform and enable members of the community to deal with matters related to health, aging, and illness. It is this alignment of thought and vision between HCI and Sukham that led to the partnership between our two organizations in the conduct of the CHT program. We recognize that in moments of difficulty and distress, many individuals reach to their faith, traditions, and cultural heritage for strength and support. It is a great value that you, the CHT graduates, can relate to and support such individuals on those terms. The recognition by the Graduate Theological Union in Berkeley of the CHT certification as one of the pathways to enter their interfaith chaplaincy program is a feather in HCI's cap. Congratulations to all the CHTs who have opted to enroll in this program, and best wishes for your success to become certified Hindu chaplains. Your service is greatly needed. May your experience and learning in the CHT program lift all of you to new heights as you assist and serve others, either as volunteers, chaplains, or in other ways. Thank you.
Namaste, friends. My name is Dr. Asha Shipman. I am the chair of the North American Hindu Chaplains Association, a professional association dedicated to expanding the field of Hindu chaplaincy and supporting Hindu chaplains in the field. It is such a pleasure for NACA to partner with HCI on the concept of furthering the field, bringing more people into Hindu chaplaincy, because we know that our communities could do with much more spiritual care and well-trained people poised to offer that care. We are delighted to support the Counselor of Hindu Tradition program and excited about the Pathway 108, which will increase the number of Hindu chaplains in this country by 2025. Very exciting initiative, and we wish HCI all the best and look forward to helping achieve the goals of that initiative.
Namaste. My name is Mihir Meghani, and I'm a board member and co-founder for the Hindu American Foundation. I want to congratulate those who are graduating from the Hindu Community Institute's Council of Hindu Tradition program. It's been great to see the Institute develop its programs and serve the community. And I know with some of the other programs that are being launched, such as Pathway 108 to Hindu Chaplaincy, there are many more things to come. I'm also a proud supporter and donor to HCI, and I hope you will do your part to support this great initiative as well, participate in its programs, and serve the Hindu community. I appreciate the collaboration that the Hindu American Foundation and HCI have had. Thank you, namaste, and again, congratulations to those graduating.
Thank you very much. That was very helpful. Kailashi, I'd like to invite you to come in and please talk for a few moments.
Okay. Yes, I'm here again. So, folks, I just have a quick update for you. We had Congressman Rokan scheduled to speak. He had a time crunch and we were running a little late. So he will be delayed. He'll let me know what time, so we'll position him perhaps in about half an hour or so when his news conference is over. So just an update for you. And I think we can go to the next program with Mangalaji, Gaurav Ji. Is that the program? On the honorees. Okay.
Thank you, Kailashi. Namaste, everyone. Let me begin with my humble pranams and a very warm welcome to all of you today. And hearty congratulations to all the CHT 2021 graduates. Very proud of all of you. And I feel truly blessed to be in the presence of all the Karma Yogis on this very important and happy occasion today. As you already heard, I'm a member of the HCI board and also resident faculty. I'm responsible for teaching the how-to in terms of field operations and processes to the CHTs as they graduate and go into the community to serve, embodying the vision and values of HCI. This morning, I have the pleasure of introducing Professor Rita Sharma, one of the honorees of HCI's Karma Yoga Honorees program. HCI is a unique institution for Karma Yoga, selfless action. Each year, the HCI board selects 2 outstanding members of the community for their exemplary work and contributions to the welfare of the community. These individuals are role models, and they will continue to be held out as examples of selfless service to future generations of CHTs. So about Professor Rita Sharma of the Graduate Theological Union, GTU, in Berkeley. She is a pioneer in the field of Dharma studies. She has performed Dharma service, seva, through higher education in many, many ways. She is the founder of the Hinduism Program Unit of the American Academy of Religion, and she is the co-founder and vice president of the Dharma Academy of North America, known as Dhanam. Dhanam is the first and largest scholarly organization for the expansive study of the Dharmic traditions as global, spiritual, and ethical systems. Professor Sharma is also the founding editor-in-chief of the eminent Journal of Dharma Studies, and she is the director of the Berkeley-based Shingle Center for Dharma Studies at the GTU. As the only center for Dharma studies in the nation, CDS is now the largest MA and PhD program in Hindu studies and yoga studies in the Western world. Professor Sharma is also the author and editor of 8 books on Hindu theology, ethics, and sacred practices, as well as sustainability studies. Most importantly, we are grateful to Professor Sharma for a very exciting opportunity. She has guided us through the Pathway 108 project, which allows our CHTs to apply for GTU's interdisciplinary chaplaincy program to further pursue their passion for serving the community. She worked on creating the ICP tirelessly, and her dedication and tenacity is what made the ICP a reality. Thank you, Professor Sharma, and with heartfelt gratitude for your exemplary service to the community, HCI is honored to recognize you as a 2021 Karma Yoga honoree. Next, I'd like to invite Puniji to introduce our next Karma Yoga honoree.
I think
Anil Saifoji.
Bangladesh, we have an address by Dr. Sharma.
Sorry, okay.
Thank you very much, Mangalaji, and thank you, Gaurav Ji. We have been meeting with Kailash Ji since the inception, almost before the inception of HCI, and it has been for us a great source of encouragement to see HCI now expanding to a point where it has now provided the Hindu community with a significant cohort of spiritual caregivers. This is a unique, original, and highly needed service. From the GTU, congratulations to all the graduates, and from the Graduate Theological Union's Center for Dharma Studies, I would like to simply say that when we have spoke with Kailash and Gaurav Ji and other members for the last, I think, 3 years, we mentioned that how we see our relationship between HCI and Graduate Theological Union in Berkeley is one of a continuum of care, so that we begin with all of the work that you are doing, and you produce remarkable caregivers. We then offer you the Interreligious Chaplaincy Program, which my colleague, Dr. Kamal, is here. Dr. Kamal Abu Shamsi is here to speak about. He's the founding director of the program, and we've all been very much a part of it. And that offers an interreligious chaplaincy certification for a professional chaplain. Further, we also offer basically an MDiv equivalent, that is Masters in Hindu Theology and Practice, for those who want to go further, deeper, and more expensive. So this is a continuum of care that we have as a relationship between HCI and GTU, and we're honored and delighted to have it. Again, congratulations.
Thank you, Rita ji. Puneet ji.
Namaskar, I am Puneet Mahendru, and I am proud to be a resident faculty at HCI and its board member. And first of all, I want to really congratulate the newly minted graduates of the CHT program of 2021. Welcome to the Sangha and all the very best in your endeavors as you move forward. HCI has a young tradition. Well, I, as I said, I'm a resident faculty and I teach the counseling courses and the psychology courses since my background is as a psychologist at HCI. And I wanted to mention that HCI, as Mangalaji said, has a young tradition of honoring 2 exemplary karma yogis, and Rita Sharma ji is one of them, and so proud to have met her today. These karma yogis have a significant impact on the community, and our next karma yogi honor is to Mr. Anil Singh Morales ji. And I am really privileged as HCI representative to present the certificate of honor to Mr. Anil ji. Anil ji has moved with success and fluidity from a global corporate leader at Microsoft to a social entrepreneur, a philanthropist, ordained Zen monk, and a global spiritual leader. Anil ji has defied the myth that spirituality and entrepreneurship do not mix. As a leader of spiritual directors, he enables exchange of knowledge across different faiths and traditional cultures. HCI is honored to have him as its guest faculty and guide, the role model to the entire HCI Sangha. I would like to invite Anil ji to kindly say a few words to the 2021 graduating counselors of Hindu tradition. Welcome, Anil ji.
Thank you. And thank you to all of you for having me today. I want to start by saying how filled with admiration I am for the work of HCI over the last 3 years. It certainly seems like an institution that's been around for much longer than that. And that's really a tribute and a testament to the work of all of you. But I want to single out Kailash Joshi and Gaurav Rastogi, who are my frequent interlocutors over the last few years. Really a monumental achievement to see all of you put in this very rigorous, demanding, rewarding program, to see how you've networked and grown the organization and grown the community, or actually made space for the community. So my hat off to, if I had a hat, I would take my hat off to you. So I'll just do this instead. So the work of all of us who are dedicated to helping others is to bridge the gap, to connect between our daily lives and the infinite, the eternal, particularly in the context of HCI, in terms of the Hindu tradition in general. Karma yoga, which has been mentioned several times in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna talks about it as the spiritual practice of selfless action for the benefit of others, so that we can all reach moksha. And I think this is really the work of a community. It's not the work of any of us as individuals, it's the work of all of us collectively. It requires much intention, much focus, and much discipline, much practice, so that what we practice becomes us and we become it. without separation. So HCI is filling this very important void by bringing back into our collective awareness in this country and throughout the world the riches of the Hindu tradition or traditions, by making this practice that I referred to possible, by allowing us all to become better and better role models, and by allowing us to help each other. It's a very symbiotic relationship between counselors and the people who they counsel. So I'm really very pleased to congratulate the third cohort of graduates of HCI. I've had the pleasure to meet many of you during the classes that I occasionally teach for HCI. And what a beautiful flowering today is. My deep congratulations to all of you, to each and all of you, to HCI for your fantastic work, and to the community that is already benefiting and will continue to benefit from all of your efforts. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Reverend Seifu, and thank you, Professor Sharma, and congratulations, and thanks again for accepting this Karma Yoga honor, and thank you for joining us today. And thank you also for the wonderful partnership that we've had with both your organizations, and we look forward to a deeper and richer partnership in years to come. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about chemistry. Hydrogen is a great element, oxygen is a great element, they have own properties, but when they come together, they create something truly miraculous and filled with the possibilities of life, all of water. Something similar I'd like to tell you about our relationship with GTU, and especially about our relationship with our next speaker. GTU has, as Dr. Sharma already said, Professor Sharma already said, GTU has been a close partner through this year, but something surprisingly and wonderful happened this year when we had been working on the CHT course, and in parallel, it turned out in another part of the same universe, Professor Kamal Abu Shamsay was working on his version of interreligious chaplaincy, and this year we were able to bring it together, and it's been a miraculous thing for us, because through this combination of the CHT course and GTU's prestigious GTU's new interreligious chaplaincy program, you bring this together, you have an authentic path to Hindu chaplaincy. And so we doubled down on it. We didn't just double down on it, we 108 timed on it, which is to say, we took on a goal to create 108 Hindu chaplains by 2025. And not just empty talk. We started by identifying 20 scholars from CHTs from our current and previous batches are interested and are in line to join the course, and 3 scholars, including Niti ji, who you met today, and if you were here last year, you remember Usha ji and Ashish ji, they have already begun their studies at GTU. And so a few words about Dr. Kamal. So Dr. Kamal Abu Shamsay is a pioneer in the work that he's doing. He is an innovator in how he works, and he has truly been a friend. And it is my honor to present to you Dr. Kamal. So Dr. Kamal, I'd like to request you to please come and speak for a few minutes. And then I also want to recognize, before you come in, our common friend, Bruce Ji. So Dr. Bruce Feldstein, who you met last year and the year before, has been a guiding spirit and happens to be a mutual friend. And he brought us together. So I want to recognize your work. So Dr. Kamal, I'd like to request you to come to say a few words.
Thank you, Gaurav Ji, and thank you, Kavitaj Ji. It has been a wonderful journey so far, and I'm looking forward to more and more time with HCI. And to the graduates, I would like to congratulate you on behalf of the entire community at the GTU, and to welcome the first cohort to the Interreligious Chaplaincy. Our core is to connect practitioners wherever they are with their own resources, with their own community, with their own spirituality and heritage, that through that connection, they can serve the world within their community and outside of their community. So when you look at this goal of chaplaincy, it's by design, its nature is interreligious, it is intercultural, it is intergenerational, it is interdisciplinary. So we bring people from wherever they are. As Kavitaj mentioned, wherever their people are found, there'll be a need for a spiritual provider and service. The difference that we invite people to join with us in the framework that we look at the service in context, in the different contexts where they are, and with the content that you bring in to the chaplaincy. It is reflective. That means it's not about just giving, it's about impacting others and allowing others to impact us as well. And it is local. That means we are locally, we act locally, however, our impact is global. So I welcome the cohort from India, from Australia, from wherever you are, through our fully online program. Would like to train you and would love to join you in person whenever conditions allowed. Chaplaincy has been limited in some of our spheres of knowledge to few places of corrections or education or healthcare. But allow me to take you into how we can impact others from wherever they are. Whether you are a CEO of a corporation and you are the chaplain or the spiritual counselor and provider, we impact the C-suite, the corporate, we impact the employees, we impact the clients. In healthcare, it is the physicians and nurses, the family members and patients. On colleges, we have the faculty and the administration, the students and their families. So when you look at your work, it is collective, it is going through all phases, and we are at the GTU are so proud of HCI and the partnership, because through the partnership with HCI, we will be able to continue to serve as a resource for the study of religion, not just within ourselves at the GTU, but through the communities that we will bring to us. We are able and looking forward to bring about a different framework for interreligious and intercultural dialogue and empowerment of leaders who then will turn around and empower vulnerable communities wherever they are. Welcome to the first cohort of HCI, part of the 108 Vedic Chaplaincy. It is a pioneer work that we would like first to congratulate HCI on their vision, and we are fully supportive of what you do. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you very much, Dr. Kamal. And I appreciate you now, just so that everyone knows, the rule at HCI is that everyone gets a new middle initial, which is G. So Dr. Kamalji, thank you very much for all your support and your wonderful words today. Kailashji, I'd like to invite you to introduce the next topic.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think we've had, hopefully, people are getting a good sense of the complexities and the excitement, actually, of what we have been engaged in. And I'm very happy to have our guests come share their thoughts also. Next, I have the privilege of introducing another very special personality among us. And I can say, you met, I think, 3 of the board members. You met Gaurav Ji, you met Mangala Ji, Punit Ji, and I'm one of them. So we have 5 of us board members. We have Lata Ji and Anil Ji also as observers. So we have 7 people on the board. So when I think about how we got here and why did we get here, I cannot think but come to the conclusion that there are some forces, perhaps beyond us, that are making all these things happen. And I say that because the complement of the skills and the personalities that have come into this, creating this vision, articulating it, and making it happen, is quite complementary. And Mukundji, who I'm going to address now, is another unique individual. He's an aerospace engineer with accomplished academic and business career. But he also got, in fact, ahead of us, or maybe parallel to when we were doing it, into the elder care, humanity, compassion. That is his expertise. He's a PhD, Stanford, mechanical engineering, and all those good things. So we're all engineers, but I think we've got this element common in us. So we met him early on. I had a very good get together, and basically he embraced HCI, we embraced his thought process of introducing compassion, heavy duty, into our curriculum. He also brought the whole idea of Vasudeva Kutumbakam, to keep the universe in mind, not just confine it to our sectarial or our own sampradayik thinking and so on. So I think those two elements have come from him. He also has envisioned a very, very impressive set of dial-in services for the community, virtual or perhaps sometimes real, called Ananda Core, which is now evolving at HCI, which will have a suite of services that go into palliative care, hospice care, all the caregiving that people need, advanced health directives, and all samskara that we do, last rites, all combined. So you see some of that on our website, but he has a much bigger vision and a dream, and we are so happy to have him guide us. Plus, I think as Gaurav Ji mentioned, our curriculum has two very big signatures, his signature and Dr. Narasbat. He was our founding dean in the beginning, and of course he served for a couple of years and got busy with other things. But we're very grateful for them for the whole comprehensive curriculum that also enabled our connection with GTU. So with any further ado, I'm very happy to introduce Dr. Mukund Acharya to you. Thank you.
Namaste, everybody, and Kailashji, thank you so much for that introduction. I am humbled. So, HCI members and friends, let me add my voice to congratulating the graduates today. This is a special day for you, and we are honored by your acceptance of our certification. Welcome to our Sangha. As we tie the ribbon and bow around a third successful year for the CHT program and begin work on year number 4, I wanted to give you all an update on HCI's community service efforts and plans. As has been pointed out, we are a service learning institution, and the real fruits of all our teaching and learning are realized only if we put the learning to use, continue and expand the practice of karma yoga, bring support, assistance, and compassion and healing to those in the community that request it. About a year and a half ago, we began to develop the framework and infrastructure for what Kailashji has told you about for Ananda Core, our service offering in the Bay Area. Staffed by volunteers who are graduates of the CHT program, Ananda Core will provide high-quality, compassionate support, providing relevant information, connection to resources and professional services, and thoughtful and compassionate guidance. Ananda Core will function under HCI as a sister organization to the CHT program, and its trained volunteers will help in matters of life and living through the passage of life, including birth, weddings, auspicious occasions, transitions, conflict, serious illness, aging, and death. We had planned to launch phase 1 of Ananda Core around the end of 2020 and make all the know-how, processes, knowledge base, etc. available to sister groups interested in launching similar community service organizations in other parts of the US and in other countries. However, as you know, the pandemic hit all of us a year and a half ago, and we were forced to delay our plans. In the meanwhile, in order to provide much needed community assistance during the pandemic, the HCI leadership developed and launched an interim service that we call Volunteer Services. This is a phone and web-based service that we launched about a year ago. It currently offers 2 services: support and information on dealing with all the formalities, logistics, and requirements following the death of a loved one, including performance of last rites and memorial services. The second service assists in the conduct of celebratory events such as the birth of a child, Annaprashana, Namakarana, etc. Volunteer Services is currently staffed by 4 trained volunteers who have capably handled more than a dozen requests in the past few months. Recently, HCI also trained 6 additional volunteers for a third service that we call the Virtual Compassionate Presence that is going to be launched in the next couple of weeks. These volunteers will use video or phone connections to offer a helping hand, a listening ear, and a compassionate presence to anyone in distress or difficulty and are in need of someone to talk to. We continue to prepare to launch Ananda Core in a post-pandemic world. When our society opens up again, we will transition the volunteer service efforts into Ananda Core locally in the Bay Area. In addition, however, we will build on the volunteer service infrastructure that we already have to include more services and make it available to deploy in communities outside the Bay Area, in the US, and in other countries. So, CHT graduates and members of our Sangha, what does this mean for you? You have the opportunity to dive right into community service with HCI. You have two options. First, you can join our volunteer service program and contribute to its growth and expansion. Those of you who live outside the Bay Area can play a leadership role in expanding the volunteer service operations to the city, the county, or the state in which you live. If you'd like to be part of this expansion, please contact me or Anil Didiji directly. We will work with you to form a team and mentor the team to launch these operations in your area. Second, we're also actively seeking additional hands to complete the development of all the systems needed for Ananda Core. There are a number of areas where we need your help: planning and strategy, knowledge content development, volunteer training, volunteer operations, website upgrades, development testing of standard scripts, strategic partnerships with community organizations and professionals, and so on and so on. The list is long. If you have skills or interests in any area and some time to offer, please contact me directly. We will accommodate your interests and your availability. We need your time, your skill, your passions, and community and commitment to serve. So friends, guests, and members of our CHT Sangha, 4 years ago, HCI was just a dream and vision of our Kailashji. Here we are today with 3 successful years of the CHT program under our belts. With the drive, determination, and passion and hard work of many individuals, the CHT program has grown and evolved and matured significantly over the past 3 years. Likewise, with your help and support, we can do the same for Ananda Core and volunteer services. And hopefully, we will have more to tell you at next year's graduation about the growth and evolution of these sister programs. Thank you so much. Gaurav Ji?
Thank you, Mukherjee. Thank you very much. I want to tell you that the program itself this year is going global. I do want to highlight that of the people coming into the program, 2/3 are women, 1/3 are men. That has been a consistent trend. And as you can see from who's running this entire program, women are running the show. At HCI, we're just, Kailash and I are participants in this particular show. The big changes this year for HCI are we are going global. Now, every year we run a few experiments, and next year we double down on it. The first year, we ran the program entirely in the Bay Area, except 3 people that were outside, because Lata ji, who's a great supporter of HCI and a board observer, she insisted to join the course online. And I said, all right, fine, we'll do some sort of Zoom for you. From that experiment, the second year we made it America-wide. Third year it was America-wide, and we added India. And this year we're going global. We're expecting to welcome our partners from the Hindu Council of Australia. And in Australia, we're expecting to have members in South Africa, where we have a few people who are joining this year. In Canada, we have people who are joining this year. And we have a fairly significant contingent in India as well, in addition, of course, to the US. So 5 countries where people are coming in to do this course. And our expectation is that these seeds will further to create a whole forest. This pathway to chaplaincy isn't just an American thing. We want to create this type of service everywhere because it is truly needed everywhere. So we're looking forward to creating a global partnership across. And this year, we're expecting to learn a lot more about how to run a global online program and keep it engaging for everyone. So, so we'd like to thank our India scholars and India CHTs who have patiently helped us learn this process this year. With that, Kailashji, I would like to turn it over to you, but I'd like to ask if we have time, I would like to play some scholar testimonials if we have time available. Nitiji?
Yeah, so here is just to give you a quick update. I have not heard from Congressman Khanna yet, and so I think we can continue as if we are, and then he can do after me actually. That's not a problem. We don't want to hear him. He got drawn away into some press conferences. But yeah, I think it's good. A few minutes of that. Then I can come with my address. Is that what you would like to do?
Wonderful, Kailashji. Thank you. I will play testimonials from current and past CHTs, and you'll get to hear firsthand what the experiences are, including some of the people that you've already met in the graduation.
Vibhyo namo namaha. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Lord Sri Krishna in chapter 2 verse 47 says, focus on your duties, do them to your utmost best. Let not your mind deviate towards the fruits of your own actions or the desire to leave your stamp on anything.
Namaste, my name is Anupma Mangla and I'm a 2021 graduating scholar of the CHT program.
Namaskar, my name is Arti Damani and I'm a certified counselor of Hindu traditions, 2019, and proud to be part of HCI.
Namaste, my name is Lata Vasan. I was in the first batch of the graduates from HCI.
Namaste everyone, my name is Manu Swami. I'm one of the scholars that'll be graduating.
Hello, my name is Neeti Suta and I'm one of the CHT scholars set to graduate in August 2021.
Namaste, my name is Dr. Sanjay Patwardhan and I'm a CHT 2020-2021 scholar.
In this unique program offered by HCI, I have had the opportunity to learn from a world-class faculty who are the best in their fields.
The passionate teachers at HCI has greatly enhanced my understanding of Hindu traditions, all the way from pre-birth to post-death.
HCI is blessed with leaders who lead by example. No request is too trivial or unimportant. No idea or suggestion beneath the notice of the faculty.
My most favorite aspect was the visiting faculty. These are subject matter experts from interfaith organizations and academic institutions who are already immersed in the spirit of greater good and giving back. To be able to hear their thoughts and ask questions helped me grow my perspective on Hindu traditions, karma yoga, and the Bhagavad Gita itself.
HCI has created a platform with the mission of learning to serve and a very thoughtfully designed curriculum where I got to learn and grow myself.
I learned a lot about the rich tradition of service that permeates Hinduism and originates from the intense intellectual and spiritual search embodied in the Bhagavad Gita. These are our universal heritage and spans continents, cultures, and peoples.
We were introduced to various different topics. Just to name a few, Bhagavad Gita, having compassionate presence, Vedic traditions, how to be a good communicator,
how to provide spiritual guidance based on principles of Bhagavad Gita, how to enhance the quality of life, and learn essential counseling skills needed to be a counselor of Hindu tradition.
Also learned other aspects of life like healthcare and estate planning to improve the quality of life.
I was also very fortunate to being part of Community for Immunity of HCI, which is the wellness program. The wellness program has helped hundreds of people during these difficult times to build strength physically and mentally.
Staying at home has been a blessing to all the yoga teachers like myself. HCI started multiple yoga classes, online yoga classes per day, starting April 2019. I have been grateful for this opportunity to serve the community at the time of pandemic.
HCI is a unique organization, and the CHT course, the first of its kind, aimed at quality of life in this contemporary world achieved through the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita.
The CHT course has expanded my understanding and horizons about patient care. And I've certainly felt way more equipped than I was to assist my patients.
When I started the CHT program at HCI, my goal was to get exposure so I could expand on my avenues for service and giving back to the community. After completing the course, I believe I learned a better way to live life itself.
HCI has rewarded me with an understanding of myself and why we serve, and the tools to do it with. This is a rich life that HCI wants to spread all over.
The course has allowed me to reinvent the pride of our ancient heritage, and beyond doubt has enhanced my personal and professional life. I have no hesitation to say that, and beyond doubt, that this course I've learned to serve and apply the principles of Karma Yoga to my day-to-day life.
It's getting to be a platform that will help us, and most importantly, our next generation, on what the Hindu community is supposed to look like and how spiritual care can help us come together and extend ourselves to other communities as well.
I believe that experiencing a satisfying and enriching quality of life is a human right, a right that people can achieve by following our dharmic traditions such as principle of ashramas. Under the mentorship of Gaurav Ji, I'll continue to engage myself in the pursuit of improving the overall quality not only for myself but through our community as well, through the applications of ashramas.
Now, there's a more practical value to completing the CHT course. CHT scholars are qualified to enroll in the Interreligious Chaplaincy Certification program offered by GTU California, Berkeley. The GTU program is designed to fulfill rising chaplaincy needs in all disciplines and organizations, a chance to serve as a Vedic chaplain.
I start my Interreligious Chaplaincy program at Graduate Theological Union, UC Berkeley, starting fall 2021. I chose that path because it truly allows me to scale my community service reach on the path of spiritual care. Hindu chaplaincy may not be as well known, but spiritual care for self and others is ingrained in being a Hindu.
I welcome you into becoming a counselor of Hindu tradition and complete your personal growth by learning.
I'm now ready to serve the community, learning and growing further in the process of serving. All this because of the HCI's unique model of learn, serve, learn. Thank you, HCI.
Now today, I've become a better person and a better volunteer in the community. Thank you, HCI.
Thank you to HCI for this platform, and I'm proud to be part of this Sangha.
Join the family of HCI and learn to serve. Thank you.
I thank you all and all the best, and namaste.
Thank you, dear friends.
Thank you. Kailash, I'd like to invite you to give us the closing address.
Okay, so I'm just doing real-time communications with Rokan. I'm going to tell him to, he can do two. So I think we're going to reverse our order a little bit.
Sure, yeah.
2 p.m. And then I can begin. Okay, I just confirmed it with him. So I can now, I think I can go next. So for me, it's very simple. It's the biggest assignment I have been given for the end of this near end of the program today is to express gratitude, which I have huge amount in me for all that has been done at HCI and CHT. And okay. Just excuse me for this little bit of a confusion going on here. Yeah, East Coast. Okay. So gratitude, I start with the graduates who really, the pandemic, but the extraordinary thing that happened is that we went way beyond by introducing the Community for Immunity program, 3,000 classes every day. We are continuing those. Brought in a large army of trained instructors, volunteers who give that every day they're giving every day to the community. And so I thank them again. I thank all the visitors, all the special guests that we've already heard from. We're grateful to have them here. I like to next thank the families and friends of the graduates who have joined today and other friends. And next, I want to thank my fellow board members. We wear multiple hats of resident faculty and board members and whatever it takes, janitorial jobs at times when we had a physical facility, for example. Very proud, we're very connected. I have one announcement to make today. One of our board members, Mangalaji, who graduated actually from the first CHT course, done a yeoman's job in these last 3 years and contributing significant ways to the development of HCI. For personal reasons, she will not be able to serve on the board in this coming year, but she will be continuing as a faculty member. And I know whenever we need help, we'll be calling upon her. So with a high degree of gratitude, I thank her for her great contributions as a scholar, as a board member, as a faculty member, as the architect of the whole field manual procedures and processes. And we will always be grateful for her and always stay connected. So thank you, Mangalaji. Thank you. So now I'm going to quickly touch upon, I think I have thanked all the people. I'll quickly talk about what is going to make the 21-22 a outstanding year for HCI. We have 4 basic objectives. First of all, that we want to solidify our model of continuum of care and the GTU program and we call that Pathway 108 program. For the first time, we want to have in the next 5 years, 108 Hindu chaplains serving in the United States. And hopefully it'll go beyond the United States in the process. And so that is one commitment we have made to ourselves. We're going to enforce that this year. We're going to need a lot of funding for that. We have an aim of raising $1.5 million as an educational fund to support many of the people who go to these programs in tuition and so on and so forth, and some of the operations. So I hope we can have a generous participation of the community in this very major undertaking. But it is an ambitious program, but realistic program. I just want to say that it is a realistic program, given our abilities, our resolve, and all the resources our community commands. It's quite extraordinary. So that's our #1 goal. Second one, we want to become a diaspora institution. So we want to embrace every other diaspora community and learn from them, their issues, their problems, and have a network of chaplains around the world who talk the same language, who use the same protocols and same authentic sources of the Bhagavad Gita's teachings. So there is no confusion in that regard. So that is our second objective, is to have a global network started. So for that, we're going to bring like 5 or 6 countries, hopefully coming in together. And last but not the least, the service model that Mukundji articulated to you, it's very, very important to have a community have a go-to resource from anywhere globally to be able to dial in for guidance, services in distress, and guidance in matter of celebration and sorrow and things of that nature. So those are going to be our major objectives for this year. For the graduates, I say, please stay in touch with HCI. You have 3 or 4 opportunities to continue engagement. Sign up as a faculty associate and help us teach and manage the program coming forward. We're going to need more FAs this year because the class size next year is going to be almost, hopefully double from this year, and international. So that creates another level of demand on our time for correction of homework, grading, and also guiding the lesson plans. You can engage in our Ananda Core volunteer service program, get onboarded on that, even though we are still developing that program. It's like build the airplane and while you're flying in it, but you can contribute to that program very well. You can also sign up on your own at a hospital or any other institution in your neighborhoods and begun serving as a CHT. We have insurance coverages and so on nationwide covered, so that we get you onboarded, but you have to be officially informing us of your intent on that score. And for many of you who have the postgraduate degrees, PhDs or MS or MA degrees, that is the requirement for the chaplaincy program along with the CHT course. Please consider CHT, the chaplaincy course, as adjunct to your career during maybe second career or post retirement career, whatever way you adjust to it. But that opportunity is now open to you as a very special opportunity open to you. And whatever you do, as I talked about before, keep earning those own dollars. That is your ledger. Keep building up the ledger, and I think you will find it very, very satisfying. Together, we're going to put Hindu tradition to work and stay connected with each other. So that's Gaurav Ji, that's my wrap up for the evening. I would like to now thank, I think we must see if we can get Mr. Rokan. Just 1 second, please.
Thank you, Kailash. So while we're waiting for Congressman Khanna, I'd like to ask everyone to please turn on your videos so we can take selfies. It is that time of the day when selfies are required. And if you could, and even if you're not graduating this year, you're from a different year, different batch, it doesn't matter. Turn your camera on. We'd love to see your beautiful smiling faces and take selfies with you. So just all right, take a selfie.
Gaurav Ji, I'm putting it on gallery view.
Yeah, sorry, let me just.
I think you should stop sharing your screen.
Oh, am I sharing? Okay. I'm not sharing anything.
Okay. Yeah, so, I think it's on gallery view. Yeah.
Gallery view. Okay, good. All right, wonderful. Thank you, Lataji. I do want to call out that this is a school for Karma Yoga, and we learned Karma Yoga a lot from Lataji herself, where Lataji is from our first cohort. She's been an ace recruiter for us. She's been at the energy behind the Community for Immunity, and a tremendous energetic person. And that energy feeds us. I also want to thank Aarti ji, who's here on this call, who's been running the Community for Immunity wonderfully. I want to recognize Saurabh ji, who manages all our technology work and does so flawlessly. I really appreciate the work you've done. Raju ji, who's a CHT from the first cohort, also helps us a lot. Anil ji, of course, you heard from Anil ji, is helping build out our volunteer services. HCI would not be doing anything if it weren't for your contributions. Our CFO is Vijay ji. Vijay ji is such an example of selfless service that he's currently out doing vaccinations in another state. That's the degree of commitment he has to his work. And I want to recognize also Madan Arora ji. Madan ji has helped us build our last rites curriculum and our content, and his energy still continues to guide the way we're running and creating this program. So all these wonderful faces, it's good to see everyone here and to see all the energy. And Kavitaj ji, good to see you here on the video as well, finally. Namaskar. All right, I'm going to ask you to smile in 3, 2, 1. And maybe a couple more. 3, 2, 1. And one more. This time, better keep your eyes open and look at the camera. Thank you. Thank you for those wonderful photos. I will send those out to you. Kailash ji, any update on
so I think what I'm going to do an introduction to Ro. And if he joins, fine. Otherwise, we'll have him send in a video messages later. We can share that because he really got pressed for time and we were a little bit late. Anyway, I've known Ro for since he started his political career in the Bay Area, and he's a dear friend. And I have to say, I'm personally extremely proud of him for his tenacity. Getting into U.S. Congress is not an easy job. So he worked for many, many years. This is his 3rd term. He's already gotten himself a great name in Washington as a dynamic thought leader on matters of job creation, foreign policy, employment, education, name it. And he's very forward-thinking, a visionary kind of a person. represents Silicon Valley extremely well with a lot of ideas and all the consultative things with the various communities, venture capitalists and CEOs and so on, very, very much engaged with it. And he has been, in the background, a big supporter of HCI. I've been telling him about what we've been doing for these 3-4 years. And we meet and talk about it. And so he's very happy and proud that we are doing this. And he was very happy to also participate today, before this little delay happened in our program. So with that, I say we will send you his message and circulate it later. But I think we can move on with our program, Gaurav Ji, because let me just see if he has responded. He has given me 2 o'clock. In the meantime, we have Niti Ji do her vote of thanks, and then we move.
Okay. Sounds
so
great.
Niti Ji, again, I want to say to you, what a extraordinary ownership, understanding, agility, knowledge. I don't know how many adjectives I can put and still not describe you. You did it from the very beginning, started from the scratch and delivered us one of the historical, memorable graduation event. I thank you from my heart and wish you the very best. And wish you the very best in one of the first pioneer Hindu chaplains to be in the next couple of years. Thank you again.
Kailashi, I wanted to also mention Manuji bought all those shawls. Each one she selected and selected each one. So would like to thank her for that.
And we delivered them globally on time.
I want to say also that before Nitiji comes in, my own one vote of thanks. We have singers in this group. We have Kavitaj Ji, who you already heard. We have Pandit Ji, Pandit Neil Prasad, who's here and who's been running. I want to congratulate him. We're so proud of what he's done. Since the pandemic began, he's been running these bhajan sessions. He's run 100 sessions. He just celebrated the 100th Shivam session. And these are beautifully done, very wonderfully articulated. It's singing, it's bhajan, it's storytelling, it's inspirational speeches all together. You should definitely see what he's done. And he also recommends new scholars to come in. I also want to thank Nandkishore Ji and apologize to him. His wonderful video, we're not able to play, but I'm going to send a link to his video to everyone. This is him singing a prayer. This is a Malik Tere Bande Hum. And that I've sent that link out. Niti Ji, over to you, please.
And Niti Ji, please allow me 10 seconds here, since I think this deserves a special call out. I think I'd like all of you to join me in a special vote of thanks to who I would call the father of HCI, to Kailash Ji. Thank you, Kailash Ji, for your vision and your commitment.
Thank you so much. I'm always overwhelmed with the support I get and the humility that brings in me. By the way, we do have Ro ready, and so I'm going to say, please log on.
Your energy has only tripled. Every year it doubles and triples. So,
okay. So I'm going to see if Ro is on.
He's here.
Okay, great. So by the way, Ro, I have given your introduction. Welcome, first of all.
Thank you, Mr. Joshi.
I have given your introduction once to the team, and I thought in case we miss you, we'll get a message from you down. But I'm so happy, and I know we were running late, so I understand you're having to leave for your press conferences and so on. But I'm so happy you're able to come, and so you're the last one, but not. And probably one of the best things today is the ending graduation address for the graduating team of the Councils of Hindu Tradition. Again, I think, as I mentioned to you, it gives me huge pride and joy in introducing Ro, because his accomplishments are many. His tenacity and the role modeling that he does for young people is extraordinary. I think he makes the Washington politics look different with his flavor of knowledge, vision, and ideas, and his ability to collaborate in these very tough issues like employment, education, and foreign policy, and so on. You read about it. It's the third term, and I know he's going to go into higher places and do more for the community and the world. So again, all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Joshi. Well, Mr. Joshi has been a mentor and really my first mentor, my first supporter in my entire public service career when I was 26 years old, almost 20 years ago. So I have deep affection for him, admiration for him, and of course for his son, Monty Joshi, and the entire Joshi family. And I have seen HCI's growth and initiative since 2018. It's like a classic Silicon Valley startup. It's so impressive to see how much you've grown in just 3 years. It is wonderful to see the diversity. My understanding is 60 to 65% now of the graduates are women. That is setting the mark for gender equity and gender diversity in our community. And it is a wonderful project to teach people about the Bhagavad Gita, one of the most sacred and philosophical texts in human history, not just as a Hindu, that's something that speaks to me about our duty and about being selfless and about transcending our own desires and our own egos to serve the community, but a text really that is one of the great texts of human civilization. And so to have a teaching, a course, a 9-month course, a year course on these sacred texts to develop spirituality, all for the purpose of serving the community, serving our country, serving the world, is just such a remarkable initiative and one that we desperately need in today's age. I mean, I've been busy today on the Afghanistan situation, and it's just heartbreaking seeing what's happening to young girls, to women there, and so much, of course, that the Afghani community is in our district. And so to see something like this, which is a counter to the hate and the violence, that is uplifting women's rights, that's uplifting service, that's uplifting community, that's uplifting love, is just wonderful. And I particularly am pleased with HCI's partnership with Berkeley's Theological Seminary. What an honor, what a validation to have a partnership with such a great institution. So it shows the heights you're going to. So congratulations to the graduates for your hard work, for your vision. Congratulations, of course, to Mr. Joshi for your vision in this. And I look forward to continuing to be part of the HCI community, seeing the mark you make for helping the best principles of Hinduism inform our community and inform our service. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Ro. You're a very busy person, but one of these classes, we may have you give us bring you a different perspective on your form of community service. That will be a great one to add. We just keep that thought in the back of your mind.
No, I'd be honored. I'd be honored. And of course, I'm very proud of my Hindu faith, and I don't talk about it often, but it is definitely something that has influenced me. My earliest memories are of my grandparents telling the story of Mahabharata and Ramayana, and my parents used to, I'm sure it's not like reading the Gita, but there used to be these television series with Ramayana and Mahabharata, and I've watched all of them as a child. So it's wonderful to see now such a scholarly focus on some of these enduring principles and then putting them towards service.
Thank you so much again. We'll be in touch. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Gaurav Ji, back to you.
Rita Ji, back to you. Congressman. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ro Khanna Ji, for gracing our event today. And it's now time to wrap up the program. I think we used all our emotions today, happy, sad, teary. And so it's really a very joyous occasion. A few heartfelt thank yous are in order. I would like to thank our eminent guests and honorees for joining us today and sharing their memorable thoughts and wisdom. Next, I would like to thank all the family and friends for not just attending the event today, but for supporting the scholars and volunteers throughout this journey. I'd like to do a special thanks to the faculty, visiting staff, and faculty associates for trying to shape ordinary people into extraordinary counselors. A big thank you and congrats to all the fellow graduates, yay, for attending the live classes and enhancing the experience by participating in classes. And finally, two main thank yous to Gaurav Ji and Kailash Ji for being the role models for the class and the Sangha, where the belief is, dreams take doing. So they do what it takes to make the HCI vision happen. Thank you all for your time and patience in attending this event today and making it so special for the graduating class of 2021 CHTs. With that, I would like to invite Gaurav Ji for the closing prayers.
Thank you, Niti Ji. We'd like to end with a prayer for universal goodwill. This is Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. So please sit comfortably, sitting in any comfortable posture. Sit with your back straight, back, neck and head in a straight line. Close your eyes gently and relax the expression on your face. Bring your attention to your shoulders. Gently pull up your shoulders and just let go. Just relax your shoulders. Relax your belly and let the breath come into the belly, letting the belly expand and then letting go. Relax. Bring your palms together in Namaskar Mudra. At the heart center, pressing the palms together gently, touching the fingers together gently, gently touching the back of the thumbs into the chest. Bring your attention to the hollow space between the palms. We're going to chant Om 3 times. At this time, bring your attention and keep it here in the hollow space between the palms. Exhale completely. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Inhale. Santu niramaya sarve bhadrani pashyantu
ma kashid bhav bhave.
Om
Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Bend forward in a deep sense of surrender. Come back up, breathing in. Rub your palms together to generate some heat. And then gently cup your eyeballs to transfer that heat. Massaging the face and the neck. And then blinking open your eyes and pull your palms back. I can open book. Namaskar, congratulations, and thank you very much. And happy Janmashtami to everyone.
And Gaurav Ji.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Gaurav Ji. So if people want to stay and do a few minutes of chit-chatting or any crisscrossing, that's fine too, right? Program is over, but if you want to do a bit of a social
now
kind of a thing,
social.
Good time to jump in. Okay. Anybody, any thoughts?
Now it's free formatting. You can, you can say what you want to.
Off format.
I'm going first, Kailash Ji.
Go for it.
Which minute, which second of the program do I say was great? I mean, it built up so awesomely. Everyone who participated, contributing, the vision for the program, it was just awesome. I was blown away. Speeches, the songs, awesome experience. Congratulations to all the graduates. I mean, you got something exciting to look forward to.
Absolutely. I'll go next. Usha ji, you're so right. As Gaurav ji said, and Kailash ji has been driving, not only we take our footprint every year to a next level, but we embrace technology and, every year the format evolves and the creativity, innovation and efforts are so very visible. This was immaculately done, right? So congratulations to the organizations of the event as well, right? So wonderful to see this format work so very well for all of us. Thank you again.
I would like to come in here. I'm Praveena. And thank you very much for people, all of us who are from India. It was difficult because time zones were different. And then, you get lazy that you'll do it tomorrow and then something comes up. And in the end, it was Kailash ji and Gaurav ji who really pushed us hard so we could complete. So thank you very much, Kailash ji. We are really indebted to you. And wonderful sessions. Of course, we couldn't have it live, but still it was a great, great experience on Zoom. Thanks a ton. Thank you.
This is Bruce Feldstein from Stanford Medicine, chaplain from spiritual care in the Jewish community. I was here in the beginning and since, and just with untold admiration to see the tremendous growth of spirit. You create a container that's just unparalleled. It's really something to behold. And I join with you in congratulations. And I leave here today inspired by each of you with prayers to continue each of you to go from strength to strength.
Thank you so much, Brucey. Good to see you virtually. We got to see you physically. Thank you.
I want to offer my special thanks to Kavitaj ji and the Nirvana Shatkam team. That was so wonderful. Made my day. Thank you.
I wanted to thank everyone who put this graduation ceremony together. It was beautifully orchestrated. Thank you, Niti ji. You tied it all very well. And though I think this worked very well with technology, but I still would keep my fingers crossed that next year it will be largely in person. So let's just hope and pray for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Namaste, everyone. If I may, this is Pandit Neil Prasad. I'm a graduate of the second cohort, and certainly tuned in today for a bit, and want to offer my congratulations to all the graduates and also to the executive body, Kailash ji, Gaurav ji, and others. And I think I have been, since graduating, although putting some of the, most of what I've learned into practice as early as this morning, having to counsel a bereaved family, I've been spending a lot of time also marketing. Gaurav ji knows this very well, for HCI. And I believe we have several recruits now for our fourth cohort that are coming aboard. So congrats, and what a beautiful program today. Congratulations to all those who participated, and Shubh Janamashtami to all of you. Thank you. God bless.
Neil ji, good to hear from you. We long for your bhajans too. So we'll have to have you come play in the next class.
Absolutely.
Neil ji, congratulations on 100.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Gaurav ji. Thank you so much.
It's tremendous community service.
Thank you.
Kavitaj ji, you want to tell us on the school project you're working on?
Ji, namaskar to everybody, and thank you for letting me join in this late. I'm sorry, I was working this morning, and I would like to share with you that I started my journey with HCI. I started in my motherland in India, and for the graduation ceremony, I'm right here in the US. I always maintained, like जैसे कृष्ण की दो माएँ थी, जन्म देने वाली माँ और उन्हें बड़ा करने वाली माँ. I have had great affection for everything that this country has offered me by way of support, by way of a lot of friends and very close associates outside of my family. And I am about to be a part of something which is wonderful. I think somewhere it's, it's like a little child under this umbrella, where this is a much larger thing. But we are looking to start an Indian school, an Indian charter school, where yoga and Sanatan and Sanskrit will be a part of the electives. And it's a very ambitious project. And I want all of you to offer your blessings and your best, because this is one way that we can educate our children at a very early stage in life, before they grow up and start making judgments about things, if they are equipped with what things actually stand for at an early stage in their life, they will be in a better position to take a call. Of course, it's at the end of the day, it's each one to his own, but at least they won't be biased, and they will not make decisions based on what everyone else is saying. So as soon as the school takes off, I will make it a point to share it with everyone. Please do get the word out. I think it will be a wonderful thing. The first one, so it's called Om School. There is already a physical school in Texas. It's been virtual for 2 years. They go physical from this year. The brick and mortar starts this year. And eventually they're looking to replicate the model all over the country.
What a wonderful endeavor. All the best.
Thank you very much, Puneetji. And thank you for your lovely lectures. Somewhere, but it's just different when you hear it with so many other like-minded people, and you are like, yes, this is true. It was just so educational. Every single class that was taken by everyone here was absolutely enlightening. Thank you very much.
Kavitaji, we will all go from homeschooling to homeschooling then.
Yes. Thank you again. Thank you very much.
Sangeetji, if you're here, Sangeetji is part of the new cohort. So I want to see if you have anything to say. If not, it's all good. Nitiji, how would you like to end? We are way over time, so I apologize to everyone.
I think that's good. We asked for this is a social hour, so we are good with it. Good with it. If everybody has made comment, that's beautiful.
I want to acknowledge that Nankishorji presented a very wonderful singing of Malik Tere Bande Hum, and I'd like to, I've shared the link here. I'd like to share the link with you again. I put it on YouTube for you to listen to his wonderful voice. Right. Nitiji, over to you. Thank you very much. Also to Suchitra ji and her son Karna, who helped us edit the videos so beautifully. Really appreciate the work that's gone in. Yeah. Nitiji, over to you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you everyone for your time today in making this so special and memorable for everyone. And hope to give you your Sunday back.
Thanks everyone, and we'll all hope to keep in touch, and congratulations to the team, and personal thanks to all the teachers and the inspiration that's come from everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you all.
Thank you everybody.
Take care, everyone.